Yes, dear students, please listen it attentively what I teach you in the chapter Chemical Kinetics. In the chapter Chemical Kinetics, I will teach you about the effect of temperature on reaction rate. The rates of almost all reactions increases with increase in temperature. Example: please see in the example that in a mixture of KMnO4 and oxalic acid, potassium permanganate gets decolorized faster at higher temperature than at lower temperature. In most of the cases, it has been found that the rate of the reaction becomes almost double for every 10-degree rise of temperature. It is also expressed in terms of temperature coefficients, which is the ratio of rate constant of the reaction at two temperatures differing by 10 degree. Temperature coefficient. See here, this is the relation of temperature coefficients. So temperature coefficient is equal to rate constant at 398 K by rate constant at 298 K. Now, the temperature dependence of the rate of a chemical reaction can be accurately explained by the Arrhenius equation, which is given below. So this is the Arrhenius equation. K is equal to A multiplied E small e raised to the power minus EA by RT, where A means Arrhenius factor or pre-exponential factor. So this is exponential term here. EA means activation energy in joules, and R means gas constant, which is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. K means rate constant, and the factor E raised to the power minus EA by RT, this one corresponds to the fraction of molecules that have energy greater than EA. Means it indicates about the fraction of the molecules that have energy greater than EA. T is equal to absolute temperature. Now, concept of activation energy and activated complex. See here, during the chemical reaction, certain bonds are broken and certain new bonds are formed. Means in a chemical reaction it happens. Means certain bonds are broken and certain bonds are formed, new bonds are formed. the breaking of bonds requires energy, whereas the formation of bonds results in the release of energy. And let us take an example of simple reaction, that is hydrogen in gas form, iodine in gas form, which gives 2 mole of hydrogen iodide. According to Arrhenius, this reaction can take place only when a molecule of H2 and a molecule of I2 collide to form an unstable intermediate which has maximum energy here, which has maximum energy, it exists for a very short time, then breaks up to form 2 molecules of Hi. Means intermediate exists for a very short time and it has maximum energy, and later on we will find that the intermediate or the transition state which has maximum energy is equivalent to threshold energy. See now, next, the arrangement of atoms corresponding to energy maxima is called transition state or activated complex. So this is H2 molecule, here is H2, this is H2, and here is I2 plus I2. Formation of new bond takes place between hydrogen and iodine, and breaking of bond takes place between 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of iodine. The energy required to form this intermediate called activated complex is known as activation energy. Some energy is released when the activated complex decomposes to form products, so the final heat of the reaction depends upon the nature of the reactants and products. So this graph shows about the activated complex. This is activated complex. Here this peak shows the portion of this peak shows activated complex area. This is energy barrier. When the molecules reactants get energy and reaches its energy up to energy barrier, then it is eligible to form products. So this is about the activation energy, this is activation energy, and the difference between the energy reactants and products, delta S shows, this delta S shows the difference between enthalpy of the reactants and products. Now it has been found that all the molecules in the reacting species do not have the same kinetic energy. It is not necessary that all the molecules of a reacting species will have the same kinetic energy. It is not possible, since it is difficult to predict the behavior of any one molecule accurately, and this is also a fact that it is very difficult to predict the behavior of any one molecule accurately. So, Boltzmann and Maxwell used statistics to predict the behavior of large number of molecules. According to them, the distribution of kinetic energy may be described by plotting the fraction of molecules versus kinetic energy, which is shown below. So, this point shows that most probable kinetic energy means the molecules of reactants have the fraction of molecules which have the kinetic energy eligible to give products. So this graph shows about this kinetic energy fraction of molecules means such fraction of molecules are eligible to give the products. The meaning of this graph or the graph shows this thing. That's why it is written here most probable kinetic energy. So this much fraction of molecules have the kinetic energy to give the products. This is shown by this graph here. Now, note number 1, in plot the peak of the curve corresponds to the most probable kinetic energy, that is kinetic energy of maximum fraction of molecules. Number 2, for fast reactions EA is low and for slow reactions EA is high. Concept of threshold energy, very important. According to collision theory, only those collisions result in the formation of products, only those collisions result in the formation of products which possesses energy equal to more than the certain minimum energy called threshold energy. So this is the concept of this threshold energy. Possess energy equal to or more than the certain minimum energy called threshold energy. Means when molecules get energy to get activated complex, the position where it forms activated complex and the amount of energy which is possessed by the activated complex is known as the threshold energy. Means the reactants give products when it reaches to threshold energy. After that it forms product, and after that its energy decreases and it forms product. Collisions of the molecules possessing energy less than threshold energy do not form products. Yes, it means that between reactants and products there is an energy barrier which must be crossed. There is an energy barrier which must be crossed before the reactants are converted into products. Means if a reactant gives products, this means it will cross the energy barrier which is between reactants and products. Now, activation energy is what? See here, activation energy is equal to threshold energy minus average energy of reactants, or we can say that activation energy is equal to energy of transition state minus energy of reactants. In general, reactants plus activation energy gives activated complex minus energy, then it gives products. Note number 1, for exothermic reactions, activation energy for forward reaction, that is EAF, is less than activation energy for backward reactions, and for endothermic reaction, activation energy for forward reaction is greater than activation energy for backward reaction. That's why in the case of forward reaction, delta H is equal to negative, where Hp is less than Hr, and in case of endothermic reaction, delta H is positive. Please see here, delta H is positive and Hp greater than Hr. Note number 2, threshold energy is independent of temperature, but activation energy is temperature dependent. And note number 3 says that the reactants first absorb, very important, try to understand it, it will clear your concept. The reactants first absorb energy equal to activation energy and thereby form activated complex. At this stage, the molecules have energy at least equal to the threshold energy. So this is the concept of the threshold energy. If you will read the note that I have sent you through PDF in your WhatsApp group again and again, then you will understand it, no doubt, sure. Now, explanation of effect of temperature on fraction of molecules having effective collisions. Now, let us now study the effect of temperature on the number of effective collisions. See here, at temperature T1, it is the graph when temperature is not raised, and T2 is the graph when temperature is raised by 10 degree. That's why T2 is equal to T1 plus 10, means T2 greater than T1. This graph is nothing but it simply shows that when temperature is raised, then the fraction of molecules will increase, which is shown in this graph by FDCE. This FDCE shows here that this fraction of molecules increased when temperature is raised, temperature of the reactants is raised by 10 degree, by 10, and ADCB is the fraction of molecules before increasing the temperature. So these are the two plots at temperature T1 and T1, which simply shows that fraction of molecules increases when temperature is raised. Now, energy distribution curve at different temperatures. So this is what the energy distribution curve at different temperatures. They have mentioned curves gives the energy distribution curves at temperature T1 and T2. We know that rise in temperature increases the kinetic energy of molecules. Therefore, when the temperature is raised, the maximum of the curve moves to the higher energy value, and curve and curve spreads towards right, and curve spreads towards right, showing the greater proportion of molecules with much higher energy. Already I discussed it with the it was discussed with this plot that ECDF shows about the proportion of molecules with much higher energy. It is clear from the diagram that in the curve at T1 plus 10, the area showing the fractions of molecules having energy equal to or greater than activation energy gets doubled, leading to doubling the rate of reaction. And so when rate of reaction increased, rate constant will increase, because rate of reaction is directly proportional to the rate constant. So with the help of Arrhenius equation, we will learn next day the relation between activation energy and the rate constant, and with the help of that numerical will be solved on that basis. Very important thing that how reaction rate or reaction rate constant increases double or triple or 4 times when temperature is increased. This will I will teach you about it and numerical next day. Thank you.